Forget baking banana bread. The latest Instagram-worthy dish flooding your feed is garden focaccias. So what are they? How easy are they to make? And how delicious do they taste? Well, here with all the answers is Jake Cohen, editorial director of the Feed and author of the upcoming cookbook, Jew-ish. Welcome, Jake. Good to have you.
So great to see you.
Let's just tell everybody what garden focaccia is.
Focaccia is kind of that perfect gateway into bread baking. The kind of next level of that is how do you then kind of zhuzh it up for the gram. Garden focaccia is kind of that perfect example of something that's really gorgeous and intricate, but at the same time, it's also delicious. One of the few viral social media food trends that I really can get behind.
Let's kind of go through the steps. We already made our dough.
The idea is that we're using a combination of flour, salt, water, a little bit of sugar, and then yeast. And then we just let it proof. The huge thing to remember is when you're proofing your dough, I love to do an overnight proof in the fridge. If you don't have a big enough bowl, it's gonna explode and it will be everywhere.
So what we did was we did the overnight, and then this morning we pulled it out and let it, and we put it into our sheet pan, gave it some little kneading love, like a little kitty cat would, and then we let it rise for another couple of hours, like 1 or 2 hours. So that's where we're at right now. What's next?
We're gonna garnish. The whole thing is we are using all of the bounty of herbs, scallions, tomatoes, onions. These are all kind of those Mediterranean flavors that you love with focaccia. And we're just gonna organize it on top of the dough in a pretty pattern that looks like a garden. So let's start with our stems. Just like in nature, different sizes, different shapes, different lengths. So I like to do a combination of scallions as well as chives.
I have some parsley stems.
That's perfect. Next, I like to do the petals. I use red onion. So I half the onion. The key part is that I keep the stem on. What the stem is gonna do is it's gonna hold it together so that you can then spread it out into these beautiful little petals.
That is pretty.
And if you didn't have red onion, you could use white onion, you could use sweet onion, you could use shallot, would be amazing. Next, we are going to make a flour. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of just starting to go all the way around in a concentric circle with my peppers. And then I'm going to put the Kalamata olives, we'll chop them and put them in the center.
This is kind of like a soothing little art project to do.
I like to have a combo of some cherry tomatoes, some bigger tomatoes, whatever you have. You could even use full size if you got that. You lucked out. I wanted the rainbow and you
lucked out with this.
I'm not a botanist by any means, so I don't know the names of flowers, but they're pretty. And then my last thing that I'll do, if you happen to have, I got a beautiful yellow tomato. So I just cut it into slices, and you could do it with some of your yellow grape or cherry tomatoes. And I make a little sun at the top corner. And once you have everything assembled, you just cover it with another 1/4 cup of olive oil. This is what's gonna keep things nice and glossy when it finishes baking, as well as the fact that it just adds so much flavor and color to your dough. And I sometimes will finish with some flaky salt just for fun. We'll pop this into a 450-degree oven for 30 minutes, and then you take it out and let it cool. You want it to cool pretty much completely. There's all that steam action going on into your bread. And if you slice it too early when it's hot, that steam is gonna kind of just like go out into the air and you'll end up with bread that dries out much faster.
I want to see your finished product.
Et voila.
Beautiful! Oh, I love it, Jake. So I'm going to throw mine in. I'm going to show you my finished product after, but for more great recipes from Jake, follow him on social media at Jake Cohen. So good to see you. Thanks for doing a garden focaccia art project with me today.
Anytime. Thank you so much for having me.